Many fans still fondly remember the iconic image of the legendary detective Sherlock Holmes, brilliantly portrayed by Jeremy Brett in the classic TV series The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, 1984 to 1985. The show captivated audiences not only with its gripping mysteries and clever plots, but also thanks to its outstanding cast, who brought Arthur Conan Doyle's characters to life with remarkable depth and charisma. What have they been up to since then? Join us as we take a nostalgic journey through time to uncover what the cast looks like now and what paths their lives and careers have taken. You might be surprised by what you find. David Burke, born on May 25, 1934, in Liverpool, England. He portrayed Dr. John Watson in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, 1984, when he was 50 years old. Dr. Watson is Holmes's steadfast friend and partner, known for his loyalty, intelligence, and grounded nature. Burke's portrayal brought dignity and strength to the character, highlighting Watson's role not just as a sidekick, but as a capable and thoughtful man of medicine. Prior to this role, Burke was an accomplished stage actor and a member of the Royal Shakespeare Company. In 2025, he is 90 years old and lives a quiet, retired life, having stepped away from acting many years ago.
Before 7. Morning, Mrs. Hudson, he says. Have you anything nice for my breakfast? As if he hadn't been away for 4 months.
Stories, when they went on screen, being faithful representations from the book, from the literary side of it. And he would carry that book.
Jeremy Brett, born on November 3rd, 1933, in Berkswell, Warwickshire, England. He portrayed Sherlock Holmes in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, 1984, when he was 51 years old. Sherlock Holmes is a brilliant and eccentric detective, known for his powers of deduction, razor-sharp intellect, and unorthodox methods. Brett's performance was widely praised for its depth, intensity, and psychological nuance, making his Holmes one of the most definitive on-screen. Before this role, Brett had a successful acting career, appearing in films like My Fair Lady, 1964, and numerous stage productions. He struggled with bipolar disorder and heart issues in later life. Jeremy Brett died on September 12, 1995, at the age of 61, due to heart failure caused by cardiomyopathy.
I'm most remarkably fortunate in having an employee who comes under the market price. I don't know that your assistant is not as remarkable as your advertisement.
Oh, no. What has happened since you've been away? But we can share all that later. But God so help me, if you wanted...
Gail Honeyut, born on February 6, 1943, in Fort Worth, Texas, USA. She portrayed Irene Adler in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, 1984, when she was 41 years old. Irene Adler, famously known as the woman to Sherlock Holmes, is a brilliant and independent opera singer who outwits Holmes in one of his rare defeats. Honeyut brought elegance, intelligence, and strength to the role, creating a lasting impression despite appearing in just one episode. Prior to this, she had a successful career in both American and British film and television. Gail Honeyut died on August 31, 2023, at the age of 80 from natural causes, after a quiet life away from the spotlight in her later years.
My magazine. It's practical. How to get to the top and how to stay there. This issue solves the energy crisis. Yours, not the world's. And what do...
Eric Porter, born on April 8, 1928 in London, England. He portrayed Professor Moriarty in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, 1985, when he was 57 years old. Professor Moriarty is the arch-enemy of Sherlock Holmes, a criminal mastermind with a brilliant intellect and ruthless ambition. Porter's portrayal of Moriarty captured the character's cold menace and strategic genius, offering a formidable contrast to Holmes. Before this role, Porter was known for his powerful stage presence and acclaimed roles in British television and theatre. Eric Porter died on May 15, 1995, at the age of 67 from colon cancer, after a long and distinguished career in acting.
In order to attend the rehearsals, but I had not attended the first one. One of my habits is to put at least 18 lines in all my sonnets, and the scripts.
Rosalyn Knight, born on December 3, 1933, in Marylebone, London, England. She portrayed the Countess of Morcar in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, 1984, when she was 51 years old. The Countess of Morcar is a refined and aristocratic woman, central to the mystery surrounding the stolen blue carbuncle. Though her appearance was brief, Knight brought grace and dignity to the role, enriching the atmosphere of the story. Before this, she had an extensive career in theatre, film and television, known for her versatility and wit. Rosalyn Knight died on December 19, 2020, at the age of 87, from natural causes, after a career spanning over 6 decades.
I need something to sustain me. I do find preparing for Christmas quite an ordeal.
Yes, my lady. So I didn't know anything about acting, and it so happened that one Christmas my father took me to the ruined Old Vic Theatre and I saw a company.
Jeremy Kemp, born on January 3, 1935, in Chesterfield, Derbyshire, England. He portrayed Dr. Grimesby Roylott in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, 1984, when he was 49 years old. Dr. Roylott is a violent and menacing character, a disgraced physician whose greed drives him to commit murder. Kemp delivered a chilling performance that added tension and menace to the story. Before this role, he was known for appearances in films like The Blue Max and numerous TV dramas. Jeremy Kemp died on July 19, 2019, at the age of 84 from complications related to dementia, after retiring from acting in the early 2000s.
Not for much longer, once you marry that fellow Armitage. Never mind the dream. The warrior. What about the warrior?
It's ordained that the warrior...
Jos Acklland, born on February the 29th, 1928 in London, England. He portrayed Jeffro Rucastle in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, 1985, when he was 57 years old. Jeffro Rucastle is a sinister and controlling man at the heart of the Copper Beeches, hiding disturbing secrets behind a friendly facade. Acklland brought menace and complexity to the role, making Rucastle a memorably chilling figure. A prolific actor, he appeared in over 130 film and television roles, including Lethal Weapon 2 and White Mischief. Jos Acklland died on November 19, 2023, at the age of 95 from natural causes, after a long and distinguished career.
Miss Green has been on our books for some years and has excellent references. In fact, were it not for the swift return to Kuala Lumpur of her present employer...
So I'm going to give it to you now, I'm sorry. I might be a trifle old, but this is the way I think.
Roger Hammond, born on March 21, 1936, in Stockport, Cheshire, England. He portrayed Jabez Wilson in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, 1985, at the age of 49. Jabez Wilson is a gullible yet good-natured pawnbroker who falls victim to a bizarre scheme involving the fictitious Red-Headed League, leading Sherlock Holmes to uncover a much deeper criminal plot. Hammond's performance added charm and comic sincerity to the episode. He had a long career in theatre, film and television, appearing in productions such as Oliver, 1968, and Thank You, Jeeves. Roger Hammond passed away on November 8, 2012, in Ealing, London, at the age of 76 from cancer.
Were I to send her a gift? Oh, really? That's not necessary. Hard to find the right gift for a woman, eh? What one loves, another scorns.
Perhaps she would accept...
Rosalie Crutchley, born on January 4th, 1920, in London, England. She portrayed Mrs. Lexington in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, 1985, when she was 65 years old. Her character added a touch of refined presence and quiet intensity to the episode. Crutchley had a prolific career in both film and television, known for her performances in The Haunting, A Tale of Two Cities, and as Madame Defarge in A Tale of Two Cities, 1958. She was often cast in mysterious or severe roles due to her striking features and intense presence. Rosalie Crutchley passed away on July 28, 1997, in London, at the age of 77, from undisclosed causes.
La maniera in cui si danza al mio ballo è padrona di ritirarsi qualora lo desideri. Voi permettete che io sia insultata così?
Ti avevo detto che ha le unghie aguzze.
The place belonged to a Mr. Gerald Harboys. He was quite young, not much more than 30, and very well liked.
Nicholas Clay, born on September 18th, 1946, in Streatham, London, England. He portrayed Dr. Percy Trevelyan in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, 1985, when he was 39 years old. Dr. Trevelyan is a brilliant but naive young physician entangled in a mysterious arrangement in The Resident Patient. Clay's performance captured both the doctor's intelligence and vulnerability, giving the character a quiet depth. Before this, he gained recognition for roles in films such as Excalibur, 1981, and Lady Chatterley's Lover, 1981. Nicholas Clay died on May 25, 2000, at the age of 53, due to cancer, cutting short a career marked by charm and classical talent.
You are yourself a medical man?
Retired army surgeon.
My hobby has always been the study of nervous disease.
He's a terrible man, really. He's an awful chap. He's a rare and curious creature.
Charles Gray, born on August 29th, 1928, in Bournemouth, Hampshire, England. He portrayed Mycroft Holmes in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, 1985, at the age of 57. Mycroft, Sherlock's older brother, is a highly intelligent and influential government official, known for his deduction skills that rival even Sherlock's, though he prefers the comfort of his club to active investigation. Gray brought a sense of gravitas and aloof wisdom to the role. Before this, Gray was known for playing Blofeld in the James Bond film Diamonds Are Forever, and for his role as the narrator in the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Charles Gray passed away on March 7, 2000, in London, England, at the age of 71 due to cancer.
Sprouts, potatoes, apple tart and stale American synthetic cheese. If you can suffer this and say how jolly, there must be some...
Bears on your back, dear.
Huh? Oh. Possibility.
Betsy Brandt, born on September 20th, 1955, in Rutherfordton, North Carolina, USA. She portrayed Elsie Cubitt in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, 1984, at the age of 29. Elsie Cubitt is a mysterious and graceful woman with a troubled past, whose coded messages spark the intrigue of the Dancing Men case. Brantley brought a quiet strength and emotional depth to the role. Outside of Sherlock Holmes, she is known for her performances in 5 Days One Summer and Deep Impact, and she also served as the live-action model for Jessica Rabbit in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, 1988. In 2025, at 69 years old, Betsy Brandt lives a more private life, occasionally appearing in interviews and retrospectives about her work in film and television.
There's something I have to say to you, Hilton.
We don't want to be late, my dear.
I've put it off till now, but I must...
A wife and the husband's mother, so it's very tight in a one-bedroom apartment, and the husband's mother keeps trying to run away.
Okay. Wolf Kahler, born on April 3rd, 1940, in Kiel, Germany. He portrayed the King of Bohemia in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, 1984, at the age of 44. The King of Bohemia is a regal yet vulnerable character, entangled in scandal involving Irene Adler, and must turn to Holmes for help. Kahler gave the role an air of aristocratic dignity mixed with underlying anxiety. Known for frequently playing military or royal figures, Kahler has appeared in iconic films such as Raiders of the Lost Ark and Barry Lyndon. In 2025, at the age of 85, Wolf Kahler continues to work occasionally in film and voice acting, and remains a respected figure in European cinema.
It's really good. It's getting a little warmer day by day, and yeah, people seem to kind of start waking.
Rosin Landor, born on October 7th, 1958, in Hampstead, London, England. She portrayed Helen Stoner in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, 1984, at the age of 26. Helen Stoner is a terrified young woman who seeks Holmes's help after hearing strange noises in the night, leading to the chilling case of the Speckled Band. Landor portrayed her with vulnerability and quiet courage, perfectly capturing the gothic atmosphere of the story. Outside of the series, Landor worked extensively in television and voice acting, including narration for audiobooks and period dramas. In 2025, at 66 years old, she remains active in the voice acting industry and occasionally appears at fan conventions celebrating classic British television.
What name?
It is terror.
You must not fear. We shall set matters right, have no doubt.
Evaporate like snow on a stove. Besides which, we are not running a stall in the market.
If you were, you'd be dead on the marshes, mate. That's the problem with all those degrees of your...
John Castle, born on January 14th, 1940, in Croydon, Surrey, England. He portrayed Carruthers in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, 1984, at the age of 44. Carruthers is a complex character, initially posing as a villain, but ultimately revealed to have a noble heart and sincere intentions toward the woman he protects. Castle's deep voice and intense gaze brought depth to this layered role. He is also known for his memorable performances in I, Claudius, The Lion in Winter, and Antony and Cleopatra. In 2025, at 85 years old, John Castle is retired from acting and lives a private life out of the spotlight.
I wish I could tell you your uncle left you a vast fortune, but as I said...
He died in extreme poverty.
How
necessary. If you have a question or an opinion, call it in and it will be discussed. Our telephone number is 225-5959. 225.
Gareth Thomas, born on February 12th, 1945, in Brentford, Middlesex, England. He portrayed Joseph Harrison in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, 1984, at the age of 39. Joseph Harrison is the brother-in-law to the victim in The Naval Treaty, whose suspicious behaviour plays a key role in the mystery's unravelling. Thomas brought an intense and shifty presence to the character, best known for his role as Rog Blake in the science fiction series Blake 7. He was a respected television actor with a strong stage background. Gareth Thomas passed away on April 13th, 2016, in Surrey, England, at the age of 71, after battling heart failure.
At first sight.
Do your people approve of the match?
Indeed, Mr. Holmes. Especially when they learned of Percy's connection with Lord Holdhurst.
A very long time if I'm lucky. So yes, I'll do it. But the main thing actually was just a cracking good script. Part of the reason why I fell for the script was the fact that it did touch on so many different...
Natasha Richardson, born on May 11th, 1963, in Marylebone, London, England. She portrayed Violet Hunter in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, 1985, at the age of 22. Violet Hunter is an intelligent and independent governess who suspects something sinister at her new post in the Copper Beeches. Richardson's portrayal of Violet stood out for its warmth and strength, making her a favourite among Holmes fans. Daughter of actress Vanessa Redgrave, Richardson went on to a celebrated career in both film and stage, with credits including The Parent Trap, Nell, and a Tony-winning performance in Cabaret. Tragically, Natasha Richardson passed away on March 18, 2009, in New York City at the age of 45, following a traumatic brain injury from a skiing accident.
Whatsoever. I should be happy to make myself useful.
Quite so. In dress, for example.
That's not to put him on a pedestal. He was most certainly controversial.
Very important, and it was groundbreaking, and people are still terrified.
David Guillim, born on December 15, 1948, in London, England. He portrayed Percy Phelps in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, 1984, when he was 36 years old. Percy Phelps is a sensitive and high-strung Foreign Office clerk who becomes the centre of an espionage case in the Naval Treaty. Guillim's performance captured the character's anxiety, vulnerability, and eventual relief with great subtlety. Before this role, he was known for his work in Shakespearean theatre and British television dramas. In 2025, David Guillim is 76 years old and enjoying retirement, having left the spotlight after a respected career in stage and screen.
There was no one. But I distinctly remember the 3/4 of...
Rosalie Williams, born on June 12, 1919, in Manchester, England. She portrayed Mrs. Hudson in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, 1984, when she was 65 years old. Mrs. Hudson is the landlady of 221B Baker Street, a kind and patient woman who manages Holmes and Watson's household with quiet strength and care. Williams brought warmth and subtle charm to the role, making Mrs. Hudson a memorable part of the series. Before this, she had a long career in British television and theatre, often appearing in classic dramas. Rosalie Williams died on November 11, 2009 at the age of 90 from natural causes after a peaceful retirement.
And he's gone out again, I take it?
Yes, he had his breakfast and then he went out again just after his visitor left.
Tennial Evans, born on May 17, 1926, in Nairobi, Kenya. He portrayed Hilton Cubitt in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, 1984, when he was 58 years old. Hilton Cubitt is a noble and earnest gentleman whose tragic story unfolds in the case of the Dancing Men. Evans delivered a moving and heartfelt performance that highlighted the character's loyalty and love for his wife. A prolific actor, Evans appeared in many British television series and radio dramas throughout his career. Tennial Evans died on June 10, 2009, at the age of 83, due to heart failure after battling health complications in his later years.
Any danger threatening my wife, Mr. Holmes, I'd spend my last penny to protect her.
Do sit down, Mr. King.
Norman Jones, born on June 16, 1932, in Donington, Shropshire, England. He portrayed Henry Wood in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, 1984, when he was 52 years old. Henry Wood is a tragic figure, a man whose past trauma and physical transformation become central to the mystery in The Crooked Man. Jones portrayed him with emotional depth and pathos, adding humanity to a character shaped by war and betrayal. Before this, he was known for his strong work in British dramas and several appearances in Doctor Who. Norman Jones died on April 23, 2013, at the age of 80 from natural causes, after a long and steady acting career.
Crinkled and puckered like a withered apple. I thought to myself that truly there are some of us on this earth who are burdened with more than their fair share of misfortune.
Lisa Danieli, born on June 4th, 1929, in Reading, Berkshire, England. She portrayed Nancy Barclay in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, 1984, when she was 55 years old. Nancy is a seemingly proper officer's wife whose dark secret from the past is exposed in the episode The Crooked Man. Danieli's performance brought depth and compassion to a character burdened by guilt and lost love. Her career included roles in The Invisible Man, 1958, and various British dramas throughout the 1950s to the 1980s. Lisa Danieli passed away on January the 24th, 2014, in London, England, at the age of 84, following a long illness.
Nancy and the man went to a quiet corner of the hall, and they talked together for a few moments or so before I heard an angry...
Who is your favourite character from The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes? How do you feel knowing that some cast members are no longer with us? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated. We appreciate your support and are glad to have you as part of our community.